Golf fans, hold on to your clubs because LIV Golf just dropped a bombshell announcement that's shaking up the sport like never before. What does this mean for players, the PGA Tour, and the future of professional golf? We're revealing the shocking news that just turned LIV Golf upside down. This bombshell move is changing the future of golf as we know it. This is shocking, but we didn't just stop at the headlines. Our team scoured Essentially Sports, Golf Monthly, and The Mirror, digging deep into hidden details no one else is talking about. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the end, because we uncovered some shocking facts. Will this cause LIV Golf's downfall? Now, what's the big announcement? Is this really the news that changes everything for LIV Golf in 2025? Despite LIV Golf's deep pockets and star-studded lineup, it has faced constant challenges, criticism over its Saudi backing, penalties from the PGA Tour, and a major setback in its bid for official world golf ranking points. But instead of backing down, LIV Golf is making some power moves to shake things up. One of the biggest developments is a multi-year partnership with Riyadh Air, the new Saudi airline set to launch later this year. This deal ensures top-tier exposure across LIV Golf's 14 global events, giving the league even more legitimacy. Additionally, a massive broadcasting breakthrough has just been confirmed. LIV Golf has locked in a huge TV deal with Fox Sports, meaning wider visibility and credibility in the golf world. On top of that, major brands are betting big on LIV Golf. Callaway has officially partnered with Jon Rahm's Legion 3 team, while Reebok is making a comeback in the golf scene by signing a long-term deal with Bryson DeChambeau and his team, Crushers GC. Even Phil Mickelson's team, High Flyers GC, has secured a major apparel sponsorship with Primo Golf. This isn't just about money, it's about LIV Golf proving it can stand toe-to-toe with the PGA Tour. With more sponsors backing players and teams, we could see a complete shift in professional golf as we know it. With all their changes, could this really be a change for the better with LIV Golf, or will this start their downfall? Stay tuned until the end. Now, what does it mean to the golfing world? How did it change 54 in 2025? These major developments in LIV Golf aren't just business deals, they have the potential to reshape the entire golf landscape as we know it. With high-profile sponsorships, increased media coverage, and more financial backing, LIV Golf is making a statement. They're here to stay. One of the biggest impacts will be on player movement and team dynamics. With brands like Callaway, Reebok, and Primo Golf supporting LIV teams, more top-tier players might be tempted to make the switch. If the money and sponsorship opportunities continue to grow, we could see more PGA Tour stars defecting to LIV Golf, shaking up the balance of power in professional golf. Another major shift is in media exposure and fan engagement. The Fox Sports deal is a game-changer because it brings LIV Golf into more homes, making it harder for critics to ignore. Wider coverage means more viewers, more legitimacy, and ultimately, a stronger following. If LIV Golf gains a loyal global fan base, it could start competing with the PGA Tour in ways we've never seen before. The PGA Tour itself might feel the pressure to adapt. Until now, they've fought hard to maintain control, penalizing players who leave for LIV Golf. But with major companies now backing the breakaway league, the PGA Tour might be forced to rethink its strategy. Could we see a future where the PGA Tour and LIV Golf coexist, or even collaborate? That remains to be seen. We're almost at the end. What do you think is the future of LIV? Now, one major unresolved issue is ranking points and credibility. Right now, LIV Golf players still don't earn official World Golf Ranking (OWGR) points, which makes it difficult for them to qualify for majors. But with major brands and networks now investing in the league, could this change in the future? If the OWGR committee ever reverses its decision, it could legitimize LIV Golf even further and create a whole new era of professional golf. At the same time, traditionalists in the golf world might push back even harder. Some purists still see LIV Golf as a disruption rather than an evolution. The PGA Tour, DP World Tour, and even some tournament organizers might try to reinforce restrictions, making it even more difficult for LIV players to compete on the biggest stages. With all the shocking turns LIV is taking, what does the future look like for them? Will this lead to their downfall? LIV Golf's future is shaping up to be a lot more impactful than many expected. The recent announcement that the Open and the US Open will offer exemption spots to top LIV players is a significant shift in how the golf world views the breakaway league. Just a year ago, major tournaments, traditional tours, and critics dismissed LIV as a disruptive force that would never gain credibility. But now, we're witnessing a gradual softening of that stance, with 54 golfers being granted direct pathways into the most prestigious tournaments in the sport. This means that players who once faced bans and restrictions for joining LIV will now have opportunities to compete on the biggest stages again, further blurring the lines between LIV and the traditional tours. This shift could have massive consequences for the future of professional golf. One of the biggest concerns for LIV players was the inability to earn official World Golf Ranking (OWGR) points, which impacted their ability to qualify for majors. With these new exemption spots, LIV players no longer need to rely solely on world rankings. They now have a direct path into the majors based on their performance in LIV events. This alone could encourage more golfers to consider making the jump, especially if they see that they can play in LIV's lucrative tournaments while still competing in major championships. Could we see more high-profile PGA Tour stars defecting to LIV in 2025? It's a real possibility. Beyond individual players, LIV Golf as a brand is gaining legitimacy at a rapid pace. The league has already made waves with major sponsorship deals, global expansion, and high-profile partnerships, including its recent broadcasting deal with ITV in the UK. This agreement is crucial because it brings LIV Golf back to free-to-air television, giving it a broader audience than ever before. Until now, Sky Sports has dominated golf broadcasting, controlling the rights to the majors, Ryder Cup, and major men's and women's tours. But with ITV now involved, LIV is positioning itself as a serious competitor in the golf media space. This could put pressure on the PGA Tour and DP World Tour to reevaluate their media strategies and possibly even consider working with LIV in some capacity. One of the biggest questions moving forward is whether we're heading toward a full-scale merger or a strategic partnership between LIV Golf and the PGA Tour. Negotiations between the Saudi Public Investment Fund, PIF, and the PGA Tour are ongoing, and while nothing has been finalized yet, the fact that discussions are happening at all is a sign that professional golf could be on the verge of a massive restructuring. If a deal is reached, we might see a scenario where 54 players can compete freely across all tours, leading to a more integrated, globalized golf landscape. So, what should fans be watching for in 2025? Keep an eye on LIV's continued push for global expansion, including new events, sponsorships, and broadcast deals. The exemption spots in the Open and US Open could also be game-changing. If a LIV player wins one of these majors, it could permanently silence critics and cement LIV's place in golf history. Finally, pay close attention to the PGA Tour PIF negotiations, because if they reach an agreement, it could reshape professional golf in ways we never imagined. Whether you're a fan of the PGA Tour, LIV Golf, or just the sport itself, one thing is certain: golf is changing faster than ever. Will LIV Golf and the PGA Tour unite? Will more top players defect? Could 54 dominate the future of professional golf? We'll be watching every step of the way, and you won't want to miss it. Subscribe now for more updates, deep dives, and breaking news on the biggest stories in golf.